You asked for it, so here we go. Let's look at the meaning behind the title of each Breaking Bad episode, starting with Season 1. These definitely aren't as straightforward as the Better Call Saul title drops.
Memento.
He said it!
You think this is bad? This chicanery?
There it is!
This is a bad choice road.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
So maybe you'll learn something new in this video. The first episode is simply called Pilot.
Now just think about this.
On the one hand, as a TV pilot, it does its duty of going out of its way to introduce us to the main characters.
My name is Walter Hardwell White. Skyler, you are the love of my life. Walter Jr., you're my big man.
Carmen, this is my sister Marie.
Listen up, I'm gonna give a little toast. A little toast to my brother-in-law. Come here.
Fuck you, Bogdan.
What?
I said fuck you and your eyebrows. Pinkman?
But maybe pilot also refers to a pilot light, which is needed to start a cook. In the pilot, you might say the cat is out of the bag when Crazy 8 and Emilio discover Walt's secret.
I know you. He was there when I got busted. He's with the DEA.
Therefore, in episode 2, the cat is literally in the bag as the situation is contained. This phrase continues in episode 3 once the situation with Emilio and Crazy 8 gets completely resolved. It sounds odd, but this is actually a reference to a 1957 movie called
Sweet Smell of Success. Can you deliver?
Tonight. Before you go to bed. Cat's in a bag and the bag's in a river.
Don't be a two-time loser, Sidney. The penalty could be severe.
If season 1 had more episodes, maybe they would have chosen Two-Time Loser or The Penalty Could Be Severe as another title.
I have cancer.
Besides the obvious meaning, this is also a reference to an X-Files character.
Cancer Man.
Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan started his TV career as a writer and producer of that show.
This is the white in gray matter. Tell them what.
Back when Elliot and I were in grad school, we came up with the name Schwartz Black, Walter White, so together they became Gray Matter Technologies.
And this guy might be a reference to Stewie from Family Guy.
This is Walter White.
Will Wheaton.
You mean Will Wheaton?
Yes, Will Wheaton.
Why are you saying it like that?
A handful of nothing.
That's a poker hand with no good cards, so the player has to bluff. But a crazy handful of nothing is a reference to another old movie.
You crazy handful of nothing.
Walter also ends the episode with a handful of not meth. By the way, the editors mixed in the famous Howard Dean scream as a joke. As we saw in my TV popularity video, nobody was paying attention to Breaking Bad during season 1, so things were a bit loose. This title references the deal Walt made with Tuco.
This is like a non-criminal's idea of a drug meet. This is like, oh, I saw this in a movie.
But the phrase itself isn't actually from Breaking Bad. It's yet another movie reference, this time from Fargo.
This was supposed to be a no rough stuff type deal.
Don't ever interrupt me, Jerry.
The first season was supposed to have 9 episodes, but was cut short by a Writers Guild of America strike. Sound familiar? Vince Gilligan has repeatedly said this saved the series because he wanted a shocking season 1 finale that would have killed off at least one main character way too early. Although he had already changed his mind about killing Jesse, he likely would have killed off Hank, Walt Jr., and Tuco. That's it for season 1.
Look at that.
I'm still battling the YouTube algorithm.
No!
What the hell?
So please help me out by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thanks.